Hey, happy Friday, guys. I'm going to mix it up a little bit this week. I wanted to put the market to the side for a second because, look, market's been up and down. We've been talking about why it's moving. Not a lot of new information this week. I've been on Fox a couple times. If you want to check my clips, it'll give you an update on that. But hey, this week, what I wanted to do was take my 22 years of experience that I've had working with some of the world's wealthiest people, entrepreneurs, athletes, successful corporate executives, and what I started thinking about was what are some of the key things that they had in common that you could utilize to make sure you had that same type of success that they had. So today's Wealth Talk, I'm going to talk about the three things that I believe that all successful people have. Let's talk about the first one. The first one that I found is that all of these people have a desire to continue to improve, to continue to get better. What I would say is they actually love the process of what they're doing, sometimes maybe even more than the outcome. And what I mean by that is I can tell you even myself, I remember saying, hey, as soon as I get to that point where I make $100,000 my first year years ago, I'm going to be super happy, satisfied, and realized within minutes of getting that first $100,000 that I needed 200,000, so forth and so on. And what I've also discovered with a lot of other people is when they've sold businesses, when they've had very successful events in their life where they've got a lot of money, what happened is they realized that it wasn't necessarily that pile of money that made them happy, but striving to constantly improve and do something better is what they really enjoyed. And so a lot of people will tell you, hey, be happy with what you have, be satisfied. You're never satisfied. When is enough going to be enough? And I think as humans, my psychological training tells us that really happiness is about personal growth. Happiness is about always improving. That doesn't necessarily needs to be money. It could be in hobbies that you have. It could be in sports. It could be spiritually. Whatever it is, you need to be tied to improvement and tied of growth to be happy. So when you put that into the world of business, what a lot of you are listening to me for is because you want to make more money. You want to do things in life that you haven't been able to afford to do because you haven't had the funds to do it. That's something that I've found that everyone that I'm in my inner circle is that they're attached to, they are always looking to do better. None of them came to me and said, oh, I had that business exit, or I did this, or I did that. I'm done. They're always looking to do better. What's the next event? What's the next big idea? So that's something, especially for you young guys and girls out there that are just starting in business, you've got a long way to go. Fall in love with the process, not necessarily the outcome, and don't put limits on yourself. Always think, even when you have levels of success, stop, take a second, only a second, to appreciate it, thank yourself for it, but then think, how do I deliver more to myself and to people around me? Second thing that everybody that is in my inner circle, all of my clients that I work with have in common is they have something of value to share. They are experts at something. Whatever it is, they have something that is very unique. So you guys who know me, I've been in the wealth management space working with high net worth people all of my life, essentially. I haven't really done much else. And so when I get into anything, my whole goal when I got into this industry was to be the best at giving advice, helping high net worth people have different experiences that they never would have before, help them achieve things that they never thought they would, find strategies to minimize taxes, protect their family, find some of the best investments out there, not only stocks and bonds, because every financial advisor does that, but what about fine wines? What about watches? What about classic automobiles? I'm always educating myself. Today, we're hearing about non-fungible tokens. So my team and I are spending tons and tons of time on this of how do we become the best? How do we deliver more value to our clients? Because the idea is when I get into a room, and why a lot of my financial advisors that are in my company come to my company is to work with me, because they know when they get in front of those high net worth investors who might be with another firm, what we bring to the table, what I bring to the table in that conversation is something different. It's a level of exclusivity. It's a level of expectations and deliverables that our clients have. And our clients have been with some of the biggest firms in the world, Morgan Stanley, Goldman Sachs, but they see nothing until they come to us. What we get involved with them, their lifestyle increases, their expectations go up, and the benchmark that we set is so high that they don't leave us. So when you're working on something, whatever it is, guys, whatever industry you're in, go after it to be the best. Be number one. I just came back from Robert Garcia's boxing gym yesterday in Riverside. You know how many people in there are undefeated? 11-0, 11 knockouts, 17-0, 17 knockouts. Mikey Garcia, multiple belts, getting ready to fight, maybe Manny Pacquiao, one of the top fighters out there. Guess what? None of these guys are satisfied. They all want to make more money. They all want better belts. They are all, though, striving to be the best at what they do. They believe that they're going to be the best, and that's the value that they're delivering to the world. So every time they step into that ring, it's nothing half-assed. They're getting in there 110% to be the best in the world. That's the type of mentality in business that you need to bring to the table. Finally, and I'm going to tell you probably the most important thing in my life, everybody in my inner circle, anyone that I deal with, that I give time to, all of my very successful clients, they have key relationships that have helped them get from one level to the next, to the next, to the next, because they realize that nobody, and I mean nobody, can go from, let's call it $100,000 a year in income to $10 million a year in income. And I have clients who make even more than that without the help of other people. So my inner circle, when I look at it, guys, these are people that are go-getters, achievers. They bring value, whether it's people that I deal with that are social media experts, sales experts, wine experts, classic car experts, real estate experts, doctors. I have so many people in my inner circle that I rely on and count on for their expertise and the relationships that they build. Because when they came into that inner circle, when I came into that inner circle, we all brought those first two qualities. We brought that hunger, that winning attitude to do more. We brought a certain level of expertise. And what we also did is we brought those things for free. Not with our hand out looking for something, but we said, what can we do to bring value? Anyone who's in my inner circle, at any time they pick up the phone, I'm going to be there. I'm not going to send them a bill. That's the type of reciprocity we have for each other, because we know, I could charge a lot of times. I've done things for people. Hey, let me give you 50 grand or 100 grand. I've said no, because I know that relationship, the ability for them to pick up a phone and call me whenever for whatever they need, especially financially, legally, some of the other areas I've talked about, is way more valuable than me taking a check from them, because they refer so many people to me. They bring so much value in my life. So when you're thinking about things, guys, think about those relationships, because I don't care how smart you are, how good you think you are at everything, because you could have those first two, a desire to do really well. You could be an expert, but without people helping you, without key relationships to open other doors for you to people who you would never get to on your own, those first two don't mean anything. So focus on those relationships, value those relationships. And I said this time and time again, never go into a relationship that you're trying to build, an inner circle you're trying to get into to get to that next level with your hand out. Don't go in there, looking at their services and asking for a discount. Are you kidding me? Go in there, pay full price. Not only pay full price, but bring other customers to them, bring things to them, bring ideas to them. Those relationships, especially with people that are successful, they don't have time for nonsense. When you do that, they're going to respect you. They're going to want to do other things for you. And so you really got to treasure those relationships, guys, because I could tell you every single person that I know, and I know tons of them that are multi-millionaires, I know billionaires, every single one of them will tell you they're only there because of the relationships they have. So in closing, let's remember, guys, get that attitude where you're never satisfied. You want to do more and more, not just for yourself, but the people around you in your inner circle, for society, right? Make sure you become an expert on something. You're not going to become an expert in a week, a month, a year even. Find your craft, deliver value, whatever it is, and make sure you're doing that. And finally, get in the right circle. And that's another thing. Don't waste your time with relationships that are going anywhere. If you want to be a multi-million dollar earner, you're not going to do that surrounded by, guys that are happy making 80, $90,000 a year. Find those right relationships, deliver value, bring the right attitude. And when you put those things together, guys, that's how I answer a lot of those questions in terms of how do you get to that next level? How do you drive that car you want, take the vacations that you want, live in the places that you want? It's putting those three things together, waking up every day with an idea of how you're putting that all into work. Pretty soon you'll be successful. A little bit different today, guys, but that's extremely valuable, much more valuable than telling you what the stock market's going to do over the next week. Put those into play. You're going to see your wealth multiply. Rob Luna, this is Wealth Talk. Tune in every Friday. Please click the button, subscribe. Pass this to a few other people, guys. People need this information. People are stuck, not going anywhere. They need advice, and a lot of them can't afford to pay for it. That's why I do this free every week to help inspire and give information to people to get them to that next level. Have a great week.